Morning. Say good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Poopy. Good morning. Baby, say good morning.
Yep, cat's got her tongue. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Getting a ride to some semis. Oh, now she's talking. Getting a ride to some semis from Big Mama and the kiddos. Do something crazy. I need a thumbnail. Throw it in the ditch. Throw it in the ditch. Dax, what are those?
Hen bottles.
Cows. Parenting done right. Bye, guys. So I was going to take these to the same elevator we were going to last night, which is pretty close. That's only like 5 miles from here. I was talking to Dad right before I left, and apparently they broke down last night and they're not taking corn, so now we get to make an hour drive to the next elevator. Perfect way to start today. Perfect. Have I ever told you I'm glad that we built grain bins? If you missed it, this farm is a split farm, so that's why it is not going in our bins. Normally, if this was a bigger place, we'd probably split it in the field, but we figured we'd just take it straight to the bins. Last night, BJ had this thing piled up pretty high. The tarp wouldn't roll over, so maybe now that we went out the end of the driveway, it was shaking that grain down enough to roll the tarp. Or not. We'll see. Ah, here it comes. Nothing to it. All right, let's get super trucking. Well, this is a miracle. There's only one truck ahead of me. I'll be darned. Well, that corn was standing when we left. Dad and BJ have been busy. I see Dad and BJ over here fueling, so see what the plan is now.
Yeah.
Lunchtime. Squishy, what are you eating? Are you eating a donut? You fed the cat a donut? Little turd ate my food.
Said something to me about
So right now, Dad and BJ, they are going to go down the road. We've got a couple patches we're going to do today of corn. They won't take too long, but we do need to get them out. So this is where the folding head's nice. And then we've got to go do a corn field to get to a bean field. We only have 100 acres of first crop beans left. It's supposed to rain in 3 days, so definitely want to get those out. But we have a lot of situations like that where we have to do the corn to get to the beans. And that 100 acres is in like 5 or 6 fields. Right now, I am being an escort and making sure that we can safely move this combine and grain cart down the road. I've said it before, but our road is very narrow. And in fact, the neighbor county over, they actually just had a combine accident last week. So definitely makes you, kind of hits close to home. Definitely be safety conscious when we're moving equipment. We try to be anyways. So we almost always have an escort when we're going from farm to farm. There's the patch, 2 5-acre fields. So since there's no place to park a semi down here, BJ's going to be carting this corn up the road a little ways. Shouldn't be too bad. In all honesty, this corn's probably not that good. Probably looking at maybe 150 bushel corn at best. This is a wet field, but it's also riddled with tree lines and deer damage. The fact that it has warmed up and the sun has came out has been great, especially for the likelihood of us being able to get our beans all in one time. But what's not great is Dad's air conditioner crapping out today. It's 60 degrees, which is not super hot by any means, but with all the glass in those cabs, the inside of his combine is probably starting to get around 80 to 90 degrees. You can't open the doors in there. If you do, you're just gonna make a gigantic mess. Keeping him well stocked in cold water, and we might switch here in a little bit. He says it's not too terrible yet, but it could get there. We have 20 acres here. We have to do this 20 acres so we can get to these beans. So that's why we're doing this corn. We want to try to get our beans finished up either this weekend or Monday. This is Saturday. That's how a lot of the rest of these fields are. To get to the beans, we got to do some corn. Walk out here and see what the combine's doing. Doesn't look like he's really leaving anything. This corn must be wet because I don't see any shattering on the head or any butt loss. Apparently that's a funny term. Yeah, it's looking real clean through here. So, yes, I'd say his corn's a little wetter. This was some of the last planted corn we had. So, be my guess that it's not near as dry. Man, it is a darn shame that they all aren't like that. I definitely just picked this one up right along the end that Dad had knocked over. But this is pretty decent corn, especially for being planted June 2nd. This is Seek and Sultan's 1087, so it is a 109-day variety. It's usually one of our better corns. Larry has skedaddled for the day, so I'm trucking solo. Since we're doing these patches, they're not really speedy, so I should be able to keep up okay. Alright, this is the first load out of them fields. Larry was running the dump last. I'm pretty positive he was dumping into the wet bin, but I would rather check than not check. Yep. And that's why there wasn't any butt shelling. This would have been good corn to try that gleaner in. And what I mean by that is, basically any combine will run dry corn. When you start getting into wetter corn, that's when you really start to see the capacity and the limitations of a combine. BJ left a message. Brian, not even if there's a cheeseburger up there. I wrote on here when we hit 100,000 subscribers, BJ, get ready to start climbing or something like that. Because he's supposed to climb the leg and he didn't. So on the way here, on the CB, I hear Dad say, I think I got my air conditioner working. Turns out he's been sweating his butt off for the last day and a half because he had pushed the wrong button. He had turned off the air conditioner. Now he is freezing. Good news is we don't have to pay for a service call or a new compressor. And it's a hilarious story. So yeah, I'm gonna make fun of him for a while. I mean, he's only been running the Kloss combine with that same air conditioning system for 11 years. No, 15 years. My working man showed up. He's a little late today, but he's here.
And there's a step mounted like this.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Dad put those steps on that.
Yeah, I felt real good about that. You fall?
It ain't fell yet.
How much is it?
It's above that.
Well, how far is that? I mean,
I hope it fits your butt.
Yeah, get to climbing.
ain't no good if you're fast or something.
Yeah. That seems like extra hands not on things.
Yeah, how do you...
I don't know, but the internet said we needed a safety harness.
Well, hang it up in there and take pictures of it.
Somebody sent it to you or something?
Yeah, Amazon. The Jungle Man.
That you're hunting.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description for those dementia awareness t-shirts. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.